So Dom, you had a fantastic session at Cannes with Felipe Thomas from the Saïd Business School, which was all about difference being core to the DNA of brands that have been really successful and grown. So I know you've now written that up into an article that goes through some of the detail and the thinking behind that. But I've got a simple brain, so can you tell me, what's the one thing that people should take away from that?
Yeah, thanks, Lynn. I think the one thing is really simple. It's difference that makes the difference when it comes to unlocking brand performance. It's the number one factor on share price outperformance. It's the number one factor on ability to command a price premium, and it's the number one factor on the fastest growing brands on the planet. And all of those are great reasons to be focusing in on it a little bit more.
Yeah, so the commercials really sit behind that then, don't they, from what you've shared? I mean, if someone was to ask to justify why focusing on difference is so important, what would you say to them? Why should people really focus on taking steps to actively differentiate their brands right now?
Yeah, well, look, meaningful saliency or mental availability is still important, but it's only half the story. What our new language of effectiveness report shows that marketeers are putting their focus in the wrong place by focusing exclusively on that and on driving sales and share growth, but not so much in terms of their focus. Not enough of their focus is focused on pricing and profitability, and that's a problem because McKinsey shows that for every 1% increase in margin, it drives an 8% increase in EBITDA profit, and that's 3 times the amount that sales drives. And 94% of that ability to command that price premium or margin comes from meaningful difference. It's really difference which is the key right now to winning commercially, and you can see that in the companies that are winning out, like Unilever. They've got just posted some great results, and a lot of that is down to maintaining sales but driving the price power and being able to do both at the same time.
Yeah, I think Yorkshire Tea for me is a brilliant example of a brand that's done that successfully, through their communications, because it's not just your strategy, it's the way you show up that makes a difference. Landing a really clear quality message in an enjoyable and engaging way and doing so consistently has really built that for them. Thinking about how we help our clients achieve that, how would you outline in simple terms for us how we help brands differentiate themselves?
Yeah, I mean, Lynn, there's Yorkshire Tea is a great example. Cadbury's is another one, and that's a client we have actively helped. And I'd sort of say that the secret is really simple. It's about being strategically designing for difference in your brand strategy, in your communications and idea and channel mix, in your innovation and your experience too. And Kantar is the only company in the world, I think, that's got some really simple metrics as a consistent framework that runs as a red thread through innovation, creative, brand, and experience in terms of meaningfulness, saliency, and difference, and then applies that with price power in terms of some of the ways that we can help clients. So, for example, our Link Plus for creative, our brand now for digital performance forecasting, and our marketplace solution for innovation all include meaningful different saliency and price power metrics. So that just gives you a really consistent overview to understand how you can best drive the right kind of things strategically in a really consistent and considered way.
Yeah. Because your session was about difference being in the DNA of brands that grow. I think it's in our DNA as Kantar, isn't it? It's at the heart of what we do. So how can people find out more?
Number one, read the article, because why not? But number two, reach out to me directly at dom.boyd@kantar.com, and I would be glad to talk to you about the article or about a challenge you might have or about our marketing effectiveness practice and how we can help.